The year was 1939. On September 1st, the world watched in horror as German forces stormed across the Polish border. This act of aggression, led by Adolf Hitler, marked the beginning of World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history. Poland, caught off guard and outmatched, fought bravely but was quickly overrun by the German Blitzkrieg. Great Britain and France, bound by treaties to protect Poland, declared war on Germany on September 3rd. The invasion of Poland was not just a territorial dispute, it was the eruption of long-simmering tensions across Europe. The scars of World War I, barely 2 decades old, ran deep. The Treaty of Versailles, intended to ensure peace, had instead sown the seeds of resentment and instability. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, officially ended World War I. However, its harsh terms for Germany created deep resentment within the defeated nation. The treaty forced Germany to accept full responsibility for the war, cede territories, and pay heavy reparations to the victors. This humiliation and economic hardship fueled a desire for revenge and contributed to the rise of nationalist sentiment in Germany. The treaty's impact extended beyond Germany. It redrew the map of Europe, creating new nations and igniting ethnic tensions that would simmer for decades. The League of Nations, created to prevent future wars, proved ineffective in addressing the underlying causes of conflict. The stage was set for another global conflagration. In Germany, Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party exploited the nation's economic woes and wounded pride to seize power in 1933. Hitler, a charismatic orator and ruthless dictator, preached a doctrine of German superiority and territorial expansion. He rebuilt Germany's military, defying the Treaty of Versailles, and set his sights on reclaiming lost lands and conquering new ones. Meanwhile, in Italy, Benito Mussolini and his fascist party had already taken control in 1922. Mussolini, driven by dreams of restoring the Roman Empire, sought to expand Italian power in Africa and the Mediterranean. In Asia, Imperial Japan, under the militaristic government of Emperor Hirohito, embarked on a campaign of conquest, seeking resources and dominance in East Asia and the Pacific. Section 4. Lightning War. The Blitzkrieg. Germany's invasion of Poland showcased a new and devastating form of warfare, Blitzkrieg or lightning war. This tactic relied on speed, surprise, and overwhelming force. Panzer divisions supported by Luftwaffe aircraft punched through enemy lines, followed by motorized infantry who quickly encircled and destroyed opposing forces. The Blitzkrieg proved brutally effective, allowing Germany to conquer much of Europe in a matter of months. Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, and France all fell to the Nazi war machine in rapid succession. The speed and ferocity of the German advance stunned the world. Great Britain, standing alone against the Nazi threat, braced for a German invasion. Section 5. A turning tide, from D-Day to victory. The tide of the war began to turn in 1941. In June of that year, Hitler, breaking a non-aggression pact, launched a massive invasion of the Soviet Union. The campaign, initially successful, bogged down in the face of fierce Soviet resistance and the brutal Russian winter. On December 7, 1941, Japan, hoping to cripple the U.S. Pacific Fleet, launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The attack drew the United States into the war, tipping the balance of power against the Axis. In June 1944, on a day that would forever be etched in history as D-Day, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France in the largest amphibious invasion ever undertaken. The success of the D-Day landings marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Section 6. The Legacy of War. After years of brutal fighting and unimaginable loss, the war in Europe finally ended in May 1945 with Germany's unconditional surrender. The war in the Pacific, marked by fierce island battles and kamikaze attacks, culminated in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Japan surrendered on September 2, bringing World War II to a close. The war's devastation was profound. Tens of millions of lives were lost, cities lay in ruins, and the world grappled with the horrors of the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of 6 million Jews by the Nazi regime. In the aftermath of the war, the United Nations was formed with the goal of preventing future conflicts and promoting international cooperation. The world emerged from the ashes of World War II forever changed, determined to build a more peaceful and just future.